Hi everyone, it's Jen on the go. In today's video, we are speaking with an Instacart shopper whose name is Jessica. Jessica was deactivated as an Instacart shopper. I found Jessica on a post actually that she left on one of Instacart's Instagram posts. It's interesting because as I was scrolling, I noticed all of the shoppers who were expressing their disdain or their problems or their issues that they have been having with Instacart, and they're clearly not being heard. And then I found Jessica's comment, and this is what Jessica stated in her comment, which made me reach out to her. She said, "I was in a horrible car accident and my car was completely totaled. I was rushed over to an emergency room and trauma department specifically. And after Instacart hearing of this, they deactivated my account on December 29th of 2021, only days after the accident, claiming it was because a customer claiming they hadn't received their order. I explained to them exactly where I left the items and even reminded them that I did follow protocol and sent them a photo. This evidently wasn't enough valid information. And after going back and forth with Bernie S. from the Trust and Safety team, he sent one final email saying, 'We may not respond to future emails. I have two children, a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. I risked my life delivering an order for Instacart, and my children could have very well lost their mother at such a young age. Not only that, but I feel pain in the area that was severely injured on my pinky. Plus, I had to go out and purchase another vehicle. Instacart has shown no remorse. I'm sure the only real reason my account was deactivated was because of my accident. It seems as though they didn't want to be liable. When reaching out to my lawyer about this, he said that in a previous class action lawsuit, it had been found that Instacart is prohibited from deactivating their shoppers without cause. And when we reviewed the terms and conditions, there was nothing there about delivering a customer's order. When posting the initial comment, I received an overgrown amount of messages about other shopper experiences and many regarding the same situation as myself. So then I reached out to Jessica and asked her if she would be willing to share her story on this channel because we will listen to you. And it's interesting, of all the comments that Instacart responded to on that Instagram post, they only responded back to a customer who left a message stating this: "Some of your delivery drivers are horrible. I order groceries and some of them can't even properly read an address, and my stuff ends up at the neighbors or at a completely different building at my complex. I wish there was a way to request your favorite shopper for an order. There are only about 2 shoppers in my area that I would like to have on speed dial." So then Instacart, again, of all the comments they responded to, only commented to this customer and said, "Hi there. We sincerely apologize for any inconveniences. Your voice is heard." What's interesting is, and this is our frustration, they responded back to the customer, but not any of the shoppers with valid and fair problems. What's happening to the shoppers' voices? Instacart isn't hearing them. So again, that is what prompted me to reach out to Jessica. This is why Jessica is here. So Jessica, hi, welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Tell us what happened.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I guess the first thing is that I'm kind of blown over the whole situation, just because it's not something that you would expect. You give them your time and you expect, nobody does this because they want to. People do this because they have a reason, and a valid reason at that. But I think just seeing and experiencing how they treated me, it just made me feel like they really don't care about their shoppers. It just shows that it seems that they only want the money. They really don't care about what happens to you. Instacart just lets you go. And it just baffles me that they can drop shoppers so easily because they have so many more that they can rely on. They don't need one person.
First, I want to say, I'm so sorry about your accident. That must have been scary. And I'm grateful that you are okay. So just to recap, you delivered the groceries. Then on the way home from delivering the groceries, can you tell us what happened after that?
Yeah, so I drive a minivan. On this day, it was raining and it just stopped raining. And the roads are really windy. So I was going about maybe 10 miles under the speed limit. So when I was going around the curve, the car had started swaying, and I remember I had to keep my foot off of the brakes. So I took my foot off the brake, but as soon as I did, it seemed like I completely lost control of the vehicle. And I don't exactly remember how it happened at this point, but all I can remember was I remember thinking, oh no, like time literally stood still. And I could just see, like, as I was flipping over, like complete 360, I could see out of my window just all of the people staring at me across on the other side of the freeway and with their eyes wide open, like they could see everything that was happening. And I was just stuck, like I couldn't do anything.
That had to have been so scary. So after that, you obviously didn't work on Instacart for a while. How did you find out after that that you were deactivated? And what did your initial email say to you about your deactivation?
They'd sent me a notification or an email saying that exactly that my account had been deactivated on the day of the 29th. So it's just a few days, maybe like a week and a half after the accident. And I'd asked why, and they said because a customer had claimed that they didn't receive their order. And I said, I just delivered it. I can go back. And they even called me, the agent had called me, and I reminded her, well, it's right here. I left it right next to their Amazon package that they received, and purposely took a picture with their Amazon package with their name on it, just showing that I delivered it to the correct customer. And she said, okay, well, I have the picture on my end, so we'll see what happens. And then I emailed the trust and safety team back, and I told them, hey, this is what the agent said. She said that she sees the photo. I can go back and help them look for it. But I mean, you can't really do much without having evidence. So that was what they wanted.
So first of all, you dropped off the groceries, then you got into an accident after you dropped off the groceries. Did you report your accident to Instacart first?
They did the whole police report and whatever else for whoever was there on scene. And then I filed a claim with Instacart.
Okay. So that's what I was asking. So Instacart knew about the accident. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, after like maybe a few days after, but yeah.
Okay. You filed a claim with Instacart letting them know about the accident. And then days after that, then you received the email from Instacart stating you were deactivated for non-delivery of groceries.
Right.
When you said you took the photographs, what I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you took the photographs from the chat to the customer, like here are your groceries, and you hit send. You didn't take the photographs from an external app, right?
No.
Okay. The chat agent that you were speaking with, though, told you that she did see the photograph. And when you told that to Trust and Safety, there was no way that they could pull that photograph.
I don't know if there wasn't any way that they couldn't pull the photo, but she was seeing it on her end. So I'm sure they have some sort of way to keep record of the photos that they receive from Instacart shoppers, because you have to do it through the app.
This brings me to my next question, and I know you didn't know this, and this is a lot of shoppers don't realize that without an external app such as the timestamp camera app, and I'll put it right here, and this is something that we talked about, Jessica, that you didn't know about. You didn't have another app that you could use to take photographs to keep them on your person. So what Jessica did was take the photos just again through the chat. So once you hit send, that photograph is gone, at least on the shopper's end. So if you guys are shopping and you are not taking photographs, you are definitely putting yourself at risk. And more, this is happening to shoppers with customers claiming they did not get their groceries. You guys, it is happening every single day to so many shoppers who reach out to me. It's even all over TikTok. There's a TikToker that just posted about this, and she was talking about the timestamp camera app. A customer reported that they didn't get the order.
Oh my God, there's so much I could say about this, but I will just bite my tongue. So let's get into it. Delivered and shopped in order. All's well, right? So then I get on my app and see that my money I made for the day has gone down. So I investigate. And of course, I message my best friends. And this is what I get. She reported items missing and removed my tip. Okay, what did she report missing? And then he tells me there's all that stuff. Guess what? I won up to you. How? Timestamp. when I'm standing at your door after I send you the message that your groceries have been delivered, I'm taking more pictures with your address timestamped on the picture. Yep, I take one close up and one further back. So, without further ado, let me prove to you she got them delivered by me. So let me show you the items she didn't get. You said you didn't get your Canada Dry Bold, right? Okay. If my eyes aren't tripping there, that's Canada Dry Bold. Next. So, your Planet Oat Milk Extra Creamy. This is what it looks like. Green top. Keep in mind when you see the next picture, 4 emblems at the top, right? Right, okay. Would you look at that? Look, in the back bag you can see the emblems with the green on the top. In the bag with the other milk you ordered. Like, why? You're lying for what? I don't get it. Like, why? So also, she rated me a 1 star. So let's see if the 1 star sticks tomorrow. Stay tuned for updates.
How many times did you try emailing Instacart Trust and Safety to plead your case?
Yeah, so I'd gone back and forth with them probably for the next week, but I was chatting specifically with a gentleman named Bernie S. I was explaining the situation and I said, well, you guys don't have proof that I'd taken the food and I don't have proof. The only proof that I have was the photo that I'd left you. Had I known this was going to escalate to this point, I would have recorded myself putting the food down, continued recording and driving off, or would have gotten a GoPro.
How many times did you end up emailing Trust and Safety?
Probably around 3 to 4 different times.
And what was one of their final responses to you?
The Trust and Safety team, they would tell me, you have to refer back to the person that was helping you initially with the case. So I really had no choice. It was a dead end.
And then didn't they also say, we're probably going to stop responding to you?
After going back and forth with Bernie S., he had told me at the one final email saying, we may not respond to future emails.
Okay, so pretty much there's no recourse here, is what you're saying. You've tried everything. You stated earlier that you did contact an attorney. Did he give you any advice or counsel on perhaps how to get back on?
The gist of the conversation was mostly that the previous findings and another class action lawsuit was that they're prohibited from deactivating their shoppers without cause. And when we'd gone through the terms and conditions of the Instacart Shopper, and I'd even asked the legal team from Instacart to give me a copy of the terms and conditions of a personal shopper. And so just to kind of match it, but they never responded. What I did was when we looked through the terms and conditions, there was nothing there. There were probably about 6 sections there, but nothing mentioned unsuccessfully delivering a customer's order. So they had technically deactivated my account because they said it was a breach of contract. They technically had no reason for deactivating my account.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. Honestly, so many shoppers are in your same situation. When I found you on Instagram, I could tell you just so desperately, so badly wanted to be heard. And so that's why I really wanted to give you this platform to say to whoever's listening to speak your piece. So many other Instacart shoppers will resonate with this. Number one, it can serve as a warning. And number two, just so that they know that they're not alone. I know that there are a lot of people out there that would say, this is why you just can't rely on Instacart. This is why you have to have more things going. And we get that, we understand that. But for a lot of people, this is what they rely on. And it doesn't make what Instacart is doing right. You dropped off the groceries. You did take the photograph, but unfortunately the photograph was taken within the app. They told you they saw the photograph, yet you still remained deactivated. And that is the unfortunate part. And you know what? Again, this is on the rise. Customers are doing it because they're getting away with it. Desperate people will do desperate things, but it shouldn't be on shoppers. So what else would you like to say to anybody who's listening so that they can hear you?
I think definitely if Instacart is going to continue to keep doing this, and I hope they don't, but I would definitely recommend getting some type of camera device to attach to your chest when you're delivering the order specifically.
That's great advice. You have to protect yourself, but we can't go back. So just moving forward, if you are a new shopper, take the extra precautions to protect yourself for sure. It definitely can't hurt. Jessica, what else would you like to add?
I think just all in all, I know initially the only reason why I started doing this was because I am a mother of 2 kids. Like I said in the post, they are a year and 2 years old. So I'm, without that, I was just a stay-at-home mom. I know that there's other platforms, but unfortunately, those other platforms don't work for me. I think it's funny too that when I was in my accident, when my accident had happened, all of a sudden I get this email saying that a customer had claimed that they didn't receive their order, and then my account was immediately deactivated.
That is what is so frustrating and infuriating. This is Instacart taking in as many shoppers as they can and spinning as many out at the same time. It really is unfortunate and unnecessary. And if they would just be honest about it, when you know that you are innocent and you delivered the groceries and you got into an accident and you did the right thing, you were leaving a customer's house. I mean, it's got to be a helpless feeling and a really frustrating feeling. And that's why I'm so grateful that you are speaking out and sharing your story right here. I know that you were an Instacart shopper and you're saying you're not working on the other apps. What else are you doing instead of Instacart? Have you segued into something else? I know that when people are deactivated, they're pretty shocked at first and they do everything they can to get back on. And then they realize it's unlikely that you will get back on the app, even if you are innocent. And that is the nature of this beast that is called Instacart. But there are other things I'm sure that you are doing. So can you share with us what you are doing as a supplemental income?
I have been advertising myself, marketing myself. So I'll make postings and pin them onto the board here at my local farmers market area.
So you're doing personal shopping instead
for
of
personal. Yeah, so for personal shopping for my own self, I guess branding myself, because I already know how, Instacart had it set up, and I decided to branch off and do my own thing. And I would make, flyers and post them on the bulletin boards there right outside of my local markets. And so
that is so amazing. Way to turn something negative into a positive. You are so strong. I'm so proud of you for that. Have you had much success with it? And I know this is very recent. You're just building your business now, but how are you doing? Do you have clients? Are you getting calls? Have you done any shopping?
I actually haven't exactly gotten any customers or gotten much calls yet, but this just started about a week ago.
I would do anything I could to promote you. So if you would want to share your card with me, I'm happy to do that, although we want to keep your information anonymous. But I think you're going to do well because you're strong. You survived an accident. Instacart deactivated you and you're still standing, which is amazing. Before we leave, is there anything else you want to add to tell people to talk to Instacart? Let's say you're talking to Instacart right now and they're listening. What would you say to Instacart before we go? This is your opportunity. I want you to be heard because they ignored you on Instagram. I don't want you to be ignored here.
I think just the best thing that I could say is take better care of the shoppers, because we're all human and we're not just some robots that you can throw away when you're done with them. So if you're going to hire thousands of new shoppers, just make sure you're still considering the other ones and taking great care of them, because otherwise it's just going to come back and haunt you.
Perfectly stated. You cannot argue with that. Just take good care of your people. Jessica, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. If there's anything I can do to help you, I will. For all of you that are watching, please show Jessica some love in the comment section below. And I always like to ask the viewers who watch this channel to put in what they are doing as their side hustles, their revenue streams, because it might give somebody else that needs something an idea of where to start. There are so many things out there, and we don't have to be stuck on one. So if you guys are doing something that you think is great, let us know. Again, there's power in numbers, and just to know that you're not alone, that would help all of us. Jessica, I'm going to let you close this video out.
Thank you. I think just all I can say is just to protect yourselves as well, not just on Instacart's part, but also on the Instacart shoppers, and definitely get, whatever videographic evidence you can to prove, God forbid you have to, but just in case, always have it there, just to show that you delivered the order on your end and you're not falling into anything that you don't want to.
Jessica, thank you again so much. I appreciate you being with us. I wish you nothing but success and luck on your new grocery endeavor. Can you tell us the name of your business? You want to keep that private?
Well, if I share the name, I'd have to give my name.
Okay,
it's just
forget
my first and last name, Co.
Okay.
Lucina and Co. Yeah.
Okay, for privacy purposes, we definitely don't want to share your name. So again, thank you so much. Everybody who is watching, thank you so much for sharing in the comments below your thoughts. If you were deactivated, please let us know. There's strength in numbers. So at least you know you're not alone. This is happening to other shoppers, and it really does have to stop. Instacart needs to do a better job at protecting their shoppers. That's what we're saying here. So again, thank you so much. I wish you well. I'm so happy you're healthy, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Thank you for being here, Jessica.
Thank you for having me, Jen.
Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. I respect you all, and I will see you in the next video.